Gwollu is 70 kilometers north of Wa in the Upper West region of Ghana. We are currently 70 kilometers north of the Upper West regional capital. I'm talking about Wa, and we are now here in the hometown of Ghana's former president, Dr. Hilla Limann. You know, he came to power in the year 1979, died of natural causes in 1998. We are currently at his birthplace and at his hometown where he was buried. Now, two things we're doing here today. We're going to see the Gwollu Slave Defence Wall, and we have someone on standby who's going to take us through and give us the history of the Slave Defence Wall. There's a lot to talk about here. Let's get in quickly and speak to our tour guide. According to the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board, the wall was built in the 19th century by Gwollu Limann as a defense against slave traders. The people became safe from the raids because the anti-slave walls were made of mud with holes in them where they could hide and aim their bows and arrows at the enemy whenever they came to attack. Residents here say slaves were captured from southern Burkina Faso through Gwollu and other areas to the Salaga slave market. Some of them were captured from the north and brought to the south and later shipped outside Ghana. They want government to do more to preserve the slave route from Paga, Gwollu through to the Salaga slave market. Hi, sir.
Yeah.
What's your name, sir?
I'm Abdallah Kubintu.
Abdallah Kubintu.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You are the tour guide here, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Nice to meet you, Abdallah.
You're welcome, sir.
So this is the Gwollu Slave Defence Wall, right?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, great. But before we talk about the Gwollu Slave Defence, so you want to tell us about Gwollu?
Yes. Well, Gwollu is a community in the Sisala West district. That is the capital town of the Sisala West district.
Okay.
And it's also a community that is sharing borders with Burkina Faso, which is just about half kilometer away from the community. And then other community that it shares borders with, we have Nimeti, we have Nkoko at the northern side.
Yeah.
Then we have Liprime at the eastern part. Then we have Gwala and other villages at the western part of Gwollu. And Gwollu is a very large community that is about almost 30,000 plus of people, with different kind of people coming together. We have different cultures. Even Burkina, just as we all know, is a different country altogether. But we share a whole lot of activities because in common we are of the same tribe. There are other people who are also staying behind. We have some villages within, just close to Gwollu, just like we have Wotuli, Garjua, even Leo. They are just closer to Gwollu, and we do share a whole lot of activities. We go to each other's funerals, we attend each other's marital ceremonies, and then even markets. So I think we share a whole lot.
You have a lot in common.
In fact, and we are so much related. We do intermarriages and all that. Yes, and Gwollu currently we have, even though the people of Gwollu are basically Sisales, but we have other people who are equally part of Gwollu here currently because the community keeps developing. Okay. And we have different tribes who are now in Gwollu here, and they are very peaceful. I think Gwollu is a very peaceful community where we have a peace building, and then we do share a whole lot of that. So, and when you come, you realize that Gwollu, there's a valley that divides the community, where we have part of it at the Wuljo area, and the top here to have a different sections, such as the Sobele, that is where the former president of the republic, that is late Dr. Hilla Limann's community. They will have another section, they will have Tanjebele, Nadabele, Jeffanli, and other areas where I can mention all. But Wuljo in particular is to say a section that is the largest section part of it. At time coming from that area, we basically taboo crocodile. So we do not take crocodiles here.
Is it Gwollu?
Not the whole Gwollu, but the section in particular.
Okay.
We don't take crocodiles. We have relation with them.
Okay.
Yes.
So like a totem sort of.
It's a totem to us.
Okay. So that's why you don't
so we don't actually eat it.
Okay.
Anybody caught hunting them, not even killing, If you are caught disturbing them, in fact, we have problem with you. Yes. So we are very familiar with them. Each time we meet them, we can even get closer to them and they wouldn't harm us.
Okay.
Just that we face a whole lot of challenge, which is the inability to get them a safer place where they can always mingle with water. So usually when it's dry season period, we face a whole lot of challenge on that.
Okay.
I think that is a very big problem where we face.
Yeah. So
Yes.
anyone from this tribe you're talking about can get closer to the crocodile and the crocodile will not harm them?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I have a brother of mine, even I remember the last time he was able to even touch them, sit on it. And
Really?
even me in particular, I think last year I saw one inside a tape.
Yeah.
It was finding difficult to come out. So I had to inform some of the natives, especially the elders.
Yeah.
So they came, we all held it, we brought it from the that particular pot. Then we were able to move it in closer to the pond, then we left it there.
And it didn't harm you?
No. Even me in
which-
particular, I was able to hold it.
Wow.
So we don't have a problem. And
So what tribe is this? What tribe are you talking about here?
this is Sisala, but that is particular the Wolujua section.
Okay.
And these
So-
are natives of Wolujua.
Okay, they can touch the...
Yeah, they are very free with it. And even you will realize that what happened is if someone in Wolujua
Yeah.
is likely to die or likely to pass away, definitely you see a crocodile at home. A crocodile will eventually come home within that particular given period. Sometimes the crocodile dies before the actual person dies, and sometimes the person dies before the crocodile. So when you see a crocodile in town, then something is telling you that there's likelihood that somebody may pass away.
It's a sign that someone is...
It is a sign, that is it. And the crocodile, not necessarily that the crocodiles that are here in Wolujua, they are the Wolujua crocodiles. Some are also in Nitekuro, that's one of the village at the Bukina. We have other people who also taboo the crocodile. When you go to the Bukina, we have some there. You go to Jawia, we have some there. And these people who don't intermarry. All those who are related to the crocodiles are their totems. We don't intermarry.
Oh.
Yes, that is the little issue about it.
Yeah. So, still on the crocodile. So if you touch a crocodile and I touch it, it will harm me, right? But it wouldn't harm you because of where you come from.
That is it.
Because it's your totem.
I remember when we were young, even though I'm not all that grown, but some years back, even when you see the damp, even like during the rainy season period, a whole lot of water is usually there. But we can even bath inside and they wouldn't harm you.
Wow.
Yes. But the point is that anybody that disturbs them or that eats them, once you are going closer, then they get your scent. Then they begin to run away.
Okay.
And if you dare want to disturb them, they may also try to retaliate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are there some people who eat crocodiles?
People do, but actually I can't tell. But here in Gwollu, because they know that they are totem to us, even here in Gwollu, nobody takes crocodile.
Nobody takes crocodile.
Aside other villages that I can't tell.
Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about the Gwollu Slave Defence Wall. Yeah?
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about the slave defence wall.
Well,
how long has it been here?
Basically, I think I can't really tell the exact number of years because it's about history that we heard from our period through our grandparent. So it's just verbally. So nobody can actually tell the exact years that this wall has been here. But according to the little information we had, it's over 300 years. Well, that was during the 18th and 19th centuries where they built it. And actually, though sometimes we do see some people say anti-slavery defense wall, others say anti-slavery defense walls. And you may be asked why, because there's a one wall here. But actually there were two walls all together.
Okay.
Yes. But what happened is that, you see, during that era, slavery was actually happening in some other areas here in Ghana and even the northern part. But there was one chief known as Tangier Banya, who was the king during that particular given period. So through his instructions and his leadership, he was able to mobilize the people of Gwollu and other areas, other communities within around Gwollu. Then they all came together and built the walls. Initially it was one wall they built. So actually they used treated herbs with grasses and other local herbs and molded the bricks. And that is why, as we are looking at it, it's still looking very hard compared to our today's cement blocks. So look at the period I'm telling you about. But it was one wall that was built initially, but our farmlands and our water bodies were outside the inner wall. I think this is the inner wall you are looking at.
Okay.
So it was having only 2 gates. So because our farmlands and water bodies were actually outside the walls, so when the women and the farmers go to their farms to work, then the invaders will have the opportunity to have access to them. So then they came with another idea that then they should put another wall, which is the second wall. And this particular one has 4 gates.
Yeah.
One at the south, one at the north, west, and then the east.
Okay.
So the second one was now includes the water bodies and the farmlands inside it. So they were able to work on their farms, fetch water freely without being disturbed. So at that particular given period, when you go to work on your farm, whilst you are working, others will have to be your bodyguards and be watching. So that when you are also tired, then they take over. These were the holes they created for weapons.
See the enemy? Okay.
Yes, so they can.
Weapons? So
yes.
They put the weapons in.
Yes, they were using like the bow and arrow. Doing that, you see, they were using the local instrument. So some who prefer to use the knee level, then they will have to bend down like this. Then they can shoot afar before the enemy or the opponent gets closer. Then they can easily guess you. Okay. Those who also want to lie down and then use then they will lie down. Then they use the down ones, as you can see.
Yeah.
So these were the areas where they were able to fight their opponent. And after these particular walls, then more the communities that I mentioned, then they took refuge here in Gwollu. After the wars, then they went back to their present locations. Yes.
Interesting. Wow. So tell me, how is this slave defense wall, attracting tourists to Gwollu?
Yes, actually it attracts a lot of people. When people come and you tell them about the history of it, some even feel whipped. Because you realize that during that particular given period, during slavery, our great young men and women who were very strong enough, those who were so energetic, then the whites were having impact on them. They were looking for this particular group of people. Then they'll pick you, they will share you, they'll match you from here to Salaga. That's where they were doing the slavery market. We also have Kasana behind Gwollu, Tumu. That was where another slavery market too was. So it was really bad that because they were actually capturing our young men and women, people like you, Master, and other people who are very so energetic. Then they'll capture you. Then some will even die on the way. And when you die, then they leave you there, they move ahead. And when you go to where they park them at the castles, where Alimena Castle, Cape Coast Castle, and other places, then they march them through to Anamaba and other places. Then when you get, that's the gate of no return. Once you get there, you're not coming back. And some will die on the way. The beautiful one amongst them, then they will just get, the leader will just arrange marriage for one of them. They start having children with you. That is it. So actually they molested our great parents so hard. Yes, that is why today we see black Americans, sometimes they do come to Ghana and then return. These were some of the children of the blacks that they took away from here. That's why they are not just purely white, equal, they are not purely white, blacks. Yes.
Interesting. So tell me, what are some of the challenges of having this here, which is served as a tourist attraction, but obviously there are some challenges that is making it difficult to get more people to visit here to come and see it. What are some of the challenges? I
am very happy that you raised this particular point. Actually, we have a lot of challenges, but a few I would like to say is that you realize that, see, I've mentioned the inner wall and then the outer wall. Currently, the outer wall is no more there. Why? Because it has been knocked down by people. You see, we need education. Our people feel that the pains that our great parents went through, they didn't want to remember. So they keep knocking it down. So if we are able to educate them to know the purpose of this particular thing, it will be very good. And I say that we also needed fun. You see, this one was kept by one white woman who came and they realized that when we told her about the story about it, she wasn't happy. So she had to find a way to support by raising this root in order to cover it from falling down. And the chief and the family also tried to use blocks to make the foundation very stronger. thereby putting the blocks here.
Okay.
But for now, it's still not, let's say, it's not still enough. But what we plead is that we realize that anybody passing by can always have access to the defense wall.
True.
By something that which we could fence around it, so that when somebody comes, with that permission, the person wouldn't be able to see it.
Okay.
Let's say talking about taking pictures and doing any other thing. And apart from that, our roads are very bad. People have interest in coming, but because the roads are no good, they can't come.
Yeah.
So the roads are also equally another factor of it.
Yeah.
So, and also currently, I think we are about 2 people, even initially we even 3. So when we were going for the training, the other one didn't go.
Yeah.
We were about 2 young men with 1 young lady.
Yeah.
So the young lady couldn't go because she was unable to afford the lorry fare. That was the transportation, feeding,
that was
and
the
all that.
training to become like a tour guide.
Yes.
Okay.
So 2 of us went, myself and one of my friends, also known as Abdallah. So we all went and came, but because there's no pay in it, so we are just doing sacrificial job.
Yeah.
So due to that, in fact, he also lost interest in it.
Oh.
So we realized that we need to actually put up some. We have to do a lot of cleaning here.
Yeah.
But there's no funds, and now people don't want to do things for free.
True.
So assuming we have people who are actually employed, taking care of the place, actually we need to always make sure the place is well tight, so that when visitors come, they'll feel very happy.
Yeah.
Yes. We also have a toilet reception here, where as you have come like this, if you feel like freeing yourself, there's a place where you can enter and then free yourself.
Okay.
But it's not functioning well because we don't have people taking care of it. Nobody is being paid to do cleaning and all that.
Yeah.
So when people come, actually, how to even send people inside, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So, but if people are in charge to take care of this particular site, I think it will help us a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk about I think the tomb of Dr. Hila Liman.
Yeah.
Dr. Hila Liman was born here.
Yes.
And he was buried here.
Here in Gwollu.
This is his hometown.
Yes.
And his tomb is just some meters away from
that is it.
where we are standing.
Yes.
In fact, on this compound. Yeah.
Exactly.
Tell us a bit about what it means to the community people to have someone who was the president of the Third Republic of Ghana, buried here, right here in his hometown, in his birthplace. What does it mean to the community people?
In fact, we are very happy to hear that our own brother, grandfather, some father, and younger brother, who was once a president, coming from here, Sisala West, particularly Gwollu. So even currently, we have unable to even raise an MP. Let's say I'm talking about, but during that particular era, where things were very difficult, yet he was able to become a president of the Third Republic of Ghana. In fact, we feel very happy for that.
Okay.
But what actually saddens the people of Gwollu and other people is that during that particular given period, we realized that when you look at even books, he did so much well. When he came, he was able to build boarding schools. He was also able to support education, and he also built other facilities for government. But literally accused him of being corrupt, then embezzling government funds, and he was overthrown just within a particular 2 years and a half. So actually it was very sad. When you even enter current, he was not even having a house. He didn't even put a single house here in Gwollu. So if he was embezzling government funds, then where are the funds? What did he use it for? You could see a pickup lying down that is even broken. That was the only thing he brought from home, according to the family. So when he was even sick, because there was pressure on him, he had to fall sick. And when he fell sick, he was even looking for treatment. The Raleigh did not even accept to even grant him for them to fly him out of the country for treatment. But they left him here in Ghana, Kulabu, for the teaching hospital, where he passed away. But when he died, they wanted to give him state barrier. And the family didn't agree. And when he left office, he became the chief. So he became the paramount chief of Gwollu. After him, then currently Gwollu Liman IV, that he took over.
Okay.
I think that was he.
You think he's innocent of all the things you?
Yeah, he's innocent. We are all been reading books. Apart from hearing from the family and other people, We also enter into the net. We read books about it, and we don't see anything like he was actually. But these were just accusations leveled against him.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting perspective. So, what would you want to tell Ghanaians who want to visit this place?
Well, I want to say anybody coming here, Gwollu is a very peaceful community where we are always ready to receive visitors, just like Ghana is a peaceful country that usually receives visitors. So here in Gwollu, we are also happy to always receive anybody that comes, wherever you are, wherever you are coming from. In fact, you are free to come and then find out whatever you want to know, what you have heard and you haven't heard. Then I think we are ready for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Let's move to the other side. Here you have something interesting there to show us as well.
From Gwollu, I'm now heading to Tumu, which is about 32 kilometers away. There, I'll meet traditional leaders and some members of the Canton family. Former American Senator Myron D. Jackson managed to trace his origin and ancestry to Tumu, specifically to the Canton family. He later brought the remains of his late father to Tumu to be buried.
My name is Osman Luriye Canton. I'm a member of this family.
My name is Godfred Babiru Canton. I'm the youth vice chairman of the family, of the Canton family. So this is the Canton family of Tumu, the Sisala East municipality. We have a relationship with cantons in the diaspora, particularly in the USA. And the first to come here, Mr. Myron, who later became a senator of the USA. Myron visited the family to introduce himself after he discovered there was a Canton family in the northern sector